Spigot.
Okay, there's spigot, there's faucet, there's tap, and there's probably 2 or 3 other words. I learned the word spigot. He learned the word tap. I said, what do you call it?
5-car tray.
Yeah, but I think we're only using 3 of them.
Yeah. Here we got the train to Paoli from Doylestown. Railcars 291, 409, 308, 309. All headed off to Paoli. There's more trains here at 30th Street Station. We're beginning our trip today with the Washington DC NRHS Septa Sampler with a bunch of pictures and videos to come. Catch more as the day goes on. And also, but more, we got the Trenton train with Railcars 413, 362, and 363 headed off to Trenton. More to come as the day goes on. Here we got the airport train coming in to 30th Street Station here, terminating here, and then people head to shuttle buses. We got Railcars 112 and 111 all pulling into 30th Street here. They'll be departing and then holding up. They're waiting to go back to or West Trenton. More to come. Here we got the Silverliner Vs to Chestnut Hill East. Silverliner Vs 859 and 860 to Chestnut Hill East. Taking off from 30th Street Station here. More to come. Here we got the 845 train 1528 to Market East with Railcars 107, 108, and 302 taking off from 30th Street Station with more trains to come. He did come from Malvern. Here we got Temple University train 9708 taking off from 30th Street Station with Railcars 109, 110. We even got a Trenton train also coming in with Railcars 860, 862, 861. Got 155 also, 814, 156 also, 814, and I think that's 815 to Trenton also. That's here at 30th Street. Also, but I'm not 100% sure. But more to come as our action begins going to Fox Chase today. Here at 30th Street Station, we're taking our train to Fox Chase with Railcars 425 and 426. More to come. Here we are in Fox Chase with the Silverliner 426 and 425 here at Fox Chase. We're going to be headed to Chestnut Hill West next. On the main line here, on the line down. This line is fairly old. On the other side is the tracks to Newtown, which used to be to Newtown, but they discontinued service a long time ago up there. But you got Railcars 425, 426, and there are brand new signs now on Septa trains because the signs are, because the old blue signs were hard to read, so that's why passengers complained and they had to change the signs. But more interesting stuff to come on our day of traveling the regional rail lines. More to Here we are at Chestnut Hill West with Railcars 425, 426. We were on train 814 in the beginning. Now this was train 815. We're here at Chestnut Hill West, head to Chestnut Hill East. We'll get more action at Chestnut Hill East with more to come as we go walk over there. More to come. Here at Chestnut Hill East, we're looking at 4 tracks that were recently re-put in because of the brand new Silverliner 5s here at Chestnut Hill East. We'll be taking a train from here to Market East and we're just waiting for the arrival of the R7 Chestnut Hill East train to come in to Chestnut Hill East here. More to come when the train arrives here at Chestnut Hill East. Here we got the R7 to Trenton coming in. Actually, the R7 to Chestnut Hill East coming in. It's coming in on track 2 here. Real close to me. We got Railcars 439 to begin with of a Chestnut Hill East train. 2-car train. 439 and 440. Coming in, going to Elwyn next. The interesting part about Chestnut Hill East station here is the fact that they actually had to build they had 3 tracks originally here. They had to build in 3 more tracks and another siding, a small one, because the new Silverliner Vs were required to come to Chestnut Hill East during the middle of the day, park and hold up here until they were needed. So let's see what happens as our trip continues, and the next stop and our next trip down from Chestnut Hill East here with Railcars 440 and 439 headed down to Philadelphia. We'll see what we get coming up next. Here we got, here at Market East, we got the Elwyn train, Chestnut Hill East, 440 and 439. Train 7313 on its way to Elwyn. We'll catch some good videos here at Market East before we head to Norristown. More to come. Here we got the train to Warminster coming in on track 2 from 30th Street because there's no airport trains today running. So we got Warminster train 426 coming in with Railcars 111, which we saw earlier at 30th Street, and 112, all headed to Warminster. More action to come with the Paoli train coming south. Here we got Chestnut Hill West train 823 taking off with Railcars 715 and 712 the Silverliner Vs. We got the Paoli train here with more to get. Here we got the Tall 10 Paoli train 1529 taking off with Railcars 302, 103, 108, and 107. More to come. Got the train to Doylestown. Train number we'll get later with Railcars 309, 308, 409, and 291. With more to come as we go along. Catch her on the other. The train to Doylestown, train 542. Railcars, the rest of the railcars are 409 and 291 taking off from Market East here. Got 1 or 2 more trains before we head to Norristown. Here we are at Market East. Still have to hit Norristown, Media, and a few other places before we end back at 30th Street Station. We got train 431 to the airport, 3 minutes late the 1225 train. It's headed down towards 30th Street, terminating there. Rail cars are Silverliner 4s, 284, and 2 others, which we'll get once he starts departing. Catch more we need to play. Train 431 is departing. Silverliner 4 rail cars 284. .356 and 357 head to the airport, but terminating at 30th Street due to track work. We're waiting for the 215, train 215 to Marcus Hook, and we'll catch more when he gets in before we go to Norristown. Here we got train 215 to Marcus Hook. Rail cars 418, 417, and 416 all taking off. Norristown train is here. More to go on the Silverliner. Here we got one of the trains going into the city. Got a 4-car train, 156, 155, 110, and 109 just at 5. Train 217 to Warminster, 287, 2 water cars, Silverliner 4s. Just passing us here at Spring Mill. More to come. Here in Norristown Transportation Center, we got the train to Elm Street, train 212, with the Silverliner 5s of rail cars 847. 848 and 704 taking off to Elm Street. He's taking off. We're going on the Route 100 high-speed line. Charlie next. More to come. Here we are in Media. We went to 69th Street from Norristown. We've gone to Norristown High Speed Line. Then we got on the 101 trolley, went down to get into Media. Here we are headed towards Chestnut Hill East from Elwyn and Media to Philadelphia. With Silverliner 4 rail cars 175 and 176. Headed to Chestnut Hill East. We'll catch more once we hit our station break stop. More to come. And it is 4:40 and 4:39. Train 3722 came from Elwyn in Media, going to Chestnut Hill East, and it's now leaving here at Suburban Station. Got rail cars 175 and 176, and this is the train leaving yet. So I have a 3-car train, and that's it. And then we'll turn back to 30th Street before we head back to Jenkintown and end our trip for today before we call it a day. More to come. Here we got the Septa train, Temple University 9722. Headed to Temple University from Trenton. He's going to be departing with the train here. He's got Railcars 113, 114, 159, and 160 all headed to Temple University, but she might be Thorndale, Malvern, Paoli, or Trenton train coming back. More to come. Here we got this at the train 842 to Fox Chase coming in to Silverliner 5s, pulling into Suburban station here. We also got the airport train with the Railcars 366, 367, the Fox Chase train with cars 803 and 804 going to Fox Chase, with more to get on the airport train. The airport train is 366 and 367 here at Suburban Station, and he'll be leaving soon to the airport. I'll get the train number and report it in with the Warminster train for the next train I catch, headed back to headed towards Willow Grove. More to come. The airport train was train 4335, the West Trenton to the airport. They ended up stopping at Suburban Station for 4 o'clock. The 405 Warminster train's coming in, train 442 is a local. We got, I think, a 3-car train, if I'm dead sure about it. Railcars 357. And 2 others, more action in Willow Grove. Here we are in Willow Grove. Usually this would be where our trips would end, but they're not today. Anyway, we are waiting for the train to Warminster from the airport, which exited at 30th, which terminated at 30th Street for the track work, to take off. We got Railcars 357, 356, and one more. This was train, I think, 442. The other Septa train is ready on its way to the airport. He wants to leave, but he can't yet until the points get realigned. He has his lights on. And the Warminster train is taking off. Railcars 357, 356, and 284 of the Silverliner V is taking off. The other train is coming. It's supposed to be a 2-car train or 3. And we'll be headed to 30th Street again. Here we got the train to the airport coming in. It's our train to 30th Street Station. The last leg of our trip. We got Railcars 111 and 112 taking us to 30th Street Station. We'll get more action at 30th Street Station before we head home. Our trip has ended here with the Washington DC NRHS. Our trip here with the Washington DC National Railway Historical Society has ended here at 30th Street Station. Our train had stopped here. It's going to be returning back to Warminster there because there's no trains to the airport. So it's sitting here. We had Railcars 111, 112. We're waiting for a train to head back. We'll be making one more stop along the way before we finally end our trip today. More to come before this trip is over with. Coming into 30th Street Station here, we got the train to Market East, train 1564 to Market East. As he approaches. All Silverliner 4s with Railcars 179, 180, and two others, which we'll get when we hit Market East, and that's where we're stopping. The train from 30th Street Station was train 1564 to Market East, which ends here. We had Railcars 179 and 180. We got then 381. And what looks to be 382 or 380. It's 381 and 380, and this train's then taking off. We'll catch more action when we leave from here to go to Jenkintown, and Jenkintown will be our last stop of the night. More to come soon. The train to Warminster coming in here to Market East. Our train to Jenkintown that will be. This is train 450, I think, and it is, and it's Railcars 111 and 112 again, taking us to Jenkintown. More to come then. Catch more in Jenkintown. Here we are in Jenkintown. The train is going to continue to Warminster, and then there we'll turn back and in the 30th Street Station in an hour. In the meantime, quickly, Railcars 111 and 112, train 450 is leaving. We do have a train to Malvern leaving with Railcars 303, 297, and 400 taking off. That's it for today. Catch you next time. We had one more train that we are catching before we leave. This is the train to the airport from West Trenton. Coming in to Jenkintown here. This will be our last train for tonight. He's running late. Railcars 366 and 367 all headed off to the airport, terminating at 30th Street. That's it. Catch you another time, rail fans.